All right. Back on another whirlwind adventure. Crossroads podcast number 75
Nice.
with your
I like that
boy,
number.
Jay Reezy, Jake Ryan,
And J Money, James
James the
LaFountain.
Fountain. Jinx. I guess
Yeah.
I've been slacking, bro, but
It's been a minute.
it's been a minute. I'll hit the intro if I can remember what I'm doing. And then we'll party.
Let it rip.
There's a place where deals are made and legends are born. You boys know what to do. Sure, we know what to do. And that is not to let the devil know anything.
Yeah.
Back at the crossroads, bro.
Yup.
So, yeah, dude. I've been totally slacking on. I haven't even talked to you really in like a month or something.
Mm-hmm. I know. I was getting worried, man.
I know. I was too. I was getting worried about my own self and my health and well-being.
I was like, dang, did I do something?
Yeah,
Is
are you
Jake
mad, bro?
unfriending me? Yeah.
Mad, bro?
Dye
I'm
your
not
hair red
mad.
and just cut out all your friends.
Yes, I've been angry.
Was your hair was red when we talked last, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of like pink-ish.
Right.
But I was thinking about putting some like purple and blue.
Yeah.
And then put a little more bleach in there in some areas so it's like lighter shades
Yep.
and just having
The guys
fun.
give you shit at work for that.
No, not really. He's like, well, said something about when you're old and gray or old and blue haired. It's like, yeah, dude, I probably will be. I
Right.
mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe I should just be normal. I should just be, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't know. It's so fun.
There's cool things about being normal, but there's also cool things about being different.
Well, then
Kids out there.
exactly. And it becomes kind of normal for me to be like, oh, like now it is.
I mean, I
I
just
was
think
never
it's
really like that before.
what trying to be different or just doing shit that's
Just
different.
changing my hair color and stuff like that, or changing my hairstyle. Even I don't know. Kind of
Right.
somewhere along the line, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get kind of creative with it.
Yeah. It's fun. It's cool. If it's like done right, if it's like you got to get that real saturated shit.
Yeah,
I've never been able to do it. I don't know.
color your hair.
I mean, I've never colored my hair, I don't think.
I've never
I
seen
put
you with colored hair.
like a purple hues in it before.
See, that stuff is cool when like
Mhm.
Kayliana will just dye like the ends of her hair. And so it's nothing like too much,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'll grow my hair out again now and probably have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hair is fun, man. It's
it
fun
is,
stuff.
in some places.
I've been like cultivating this fucking bully haircut. I call it.
A bully? Is that what they
Yeah, it's
call it,
just
or
like
you call it?
I don't know. That's what my cousin was calling it.
Well, because it's
It's like
kind
a
of
I was calling it like a baseball mullet too.
because you got like the sides are short,
Yeah.
but But there's not too much of a difference between the top and the back, or what?
Yeah. Yeah, like, dude, yeah, if we just look up baseball mullet, I bet you anything.
Look
It's
it
just a
up.
bunch of that. How do you
You on the
zoom,
signal?
man?
Huh?
I feel like a boomer on this Zoom.
Why? Because you hosting it? It's been too
It's because
long.
I've never hosted one before, and I'm like, how do you do all this? Host, disabled part, dude. I made you host, and then you disabled participant
What?
screen sharing.
No, I didn't do that. Oh, so it didn't make us like co-hosts? It just made me only the host?
Yeah,
Wow. You parasite. You're just parasitic.
I don't know.
Just kidding. Nah, dude.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
this guy.
I mean, I was thinking of
That's
cutting
sick.
some hair like that the other day. Like I was thinking of, because sometimes
Dude,
I'll
that's
cut
pretty
little
fire.
lines into the side of my head,
Mm-hmm.
or I'll do just stuff like that. What?
This guy.
Nice. That's what's his name? The country singer. It looks like
Mm, I don't know.
Morgan Wallen.
Oh, I don't even know. I've never seen him, I don't think.
Type that guy in. Oh, this guy down at the
Right?
bottom in the pink.
Who? Where?
Riff Raff cousin.
Oh, this guy. Yeah. Morgan. What is it?
Wallen.
Hmm.
He kind of got a mullet thing going on, right? Sort
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Just that old school kind of. I think that's coming back, like that longer hair on guys. How it was in like the 70s and 80s. Even like
Yeah.
professionals and shit, they kind of had just a little bit longer hair.
Well, you seen Riff Raff's mullet, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
$1 million
Ripped.
mullet.
Yeah.
What am I doing here?
School is crazy.
I mean, he's probably who inspired me to really like probably get more creative with my hairstyles. Really.
I mean, some of his braids that he's had are so sick.
Dude, like that right there.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah, dude. And his beard.
What? Right.
I feel like
Lightning.
he's like one of the only ones that can pull that off, though.
Dude, yeah. Have you seen the Riff Raff and Theo Vaughn on his
I love it. I
podcast?
was just listening to it again the other day.
It's like two AI bots talking to each other.
Yeah, when he's like, Theo Vaughn's talking about being like having a bad day and being in the airport, and somebody comes up to him like, "Are you Theo Vaughn?" He's like, "Not today, I'm not." And
Yeah.
Riff Raff's like, "Yeah, sometimes they come up to me too, and they ask, "Are you Theo Vaughn?" It's like,
Mhm.
"No, not today, I'm not." But yeah, him, dude, they're just hilarious. I love Theo Vaughn. He's so random.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's kind of another guy that made me be like, you know what? Maybe I should start doing some podcasting,
Hmm.
because he does solo ones too.
Yep. Yeah, dude. It's I don't know. He's super dope. Like I wouldn't even say he's really random because some of the stuff he says is so on point, but it's just like in a way that no one's ever said it before.
He definitely thinks a little bit on his own. Like, he will sometimes go a little like, "Whoa, I didn't
Oh
see
yeah,
that tangent out there."
dude. A little while ago, I seen it's on YouTube. A set he does. I can't remember where, but there's some comedy club, and he's on mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, he's just like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Uh, Yeah, I've been thinking about mushrooms recently. Just
Yeah.
it's always weird to like just reflect on previous experiences
Yeah.
and just think like, what the fuck was that?
Mm-hmm.
You've been
For
smoking
sure.
herb?
Yeah.
How's
Excuse me.
that been? Just regular, or you have any? I mean, weed can be trippy, dude.
Um, I mean, it's pretty regular, so it's more just like normal.
Right. Does
But I mean, for sure, yeah, it definitely can be trippy. I got these edibles that didn't really work.
like they just were like no effect?
Yeah. And then I seen on Drem's story, because he works for some like dispensary. They
Mm-hmm.
got this THC syrup, and it looks like codeine syrup, like
Right.
the bottle, and he's like pouring it in Sprite and everything.
I had stuff like that. This dude called it Mediline.
Right.
And I mean, you just get hella tired. At least I
Yeah.
did. I was just like, dude, uh, which, I mean, pretty much similar.
Yeah.
I mean, marijuana's
Sometimes it
it's
keeps
almost
me
an
up.
opioid. Not really. Kind of.
It's I don't know.
Not
It's a
technically.
cannabinoid or whatever.
That's true. But I guess just in the sense of like, it'll relax your muscles.
Well, I think that's like the main uh like purpose or the main effect of CBD, right?
Yeah, every once in a while I'll have a CBD drink,
Hmm.
but not very often nowadays.
Is that what it's? I've never really like. I've got like CBD vape juice before,
Hmm.
and I didn't really notice it too much, but it
I
did.
mean, I don't really notice. I don't know. I like I'll have the kombucha a little bit
Hmm.
sometime, usually just kind of at the end of the night if I'm gonna sit and watch a movie, or sometimes if I'm gonna sit and work on something creative,
Right.
might have a little kombucha. But
You
yeah, when I
flex
have
it.
CBD, it's usually just at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really supposed to feel it, but you would
Yeah.
notice if you were like more relaxed. I feel like it kind of does.
Yeah, and that's kind of my intention behind it is it's like, because I used to drink beer
Hmm.
and like, oh, the end of the day, I'm gonna drink some beer, wind down. And it's not like I come home and crack a CBD. It's like very rarely now do
Yeah.
I have a CBD because I'm also trying to control myself as far as all that goes and be like, I don't want to, obviously CBD is not THC,
Hmm.
but I don't want to treat it like one of those things that build a habit and get kind of even just that mental craving addiction of being like, oh, I need this thing. Um,
Right.
because like that's what I did with non-alcoholic beer. I
Hmm.
just drink it like beer.
Dude. Yeah.
And it would placebo me too, I think.
I would do the same thing, dude. Like, especially when I'm kind of very first quit drinking,
Hmm.
I would just kill a 6 pack of fucking NA beer
Yeah, dude.
for no reason.
The habit of just
Chugging
drinking like
beers.
that. I'd be like, I'm watching
Yeah.
ridiculousness and chugging beer,
Yeah.
playing with the band, and
Hmm.
that's when I'd kind of get this almost placebo thing because in my mind I'd be like, well, I'm gonna drink beer and it's gonna loosen me up and I'm gonna be more creative.
I mean,
But maybe it wasn't the alcohol. Maybe it's just the natural creativity.
well, I think that's definitely part of the fun of alcohol is like just those, before anyone even gets like I mean, the first like couple hours of drinking is always the funnest, right? And like it
Yeah.
can keep being fun or it can get fucking messy. But like
Just
that's
like
what's fun about.
sex. No.
Yeah, dude. Exactly. So yeah, like if you're doing that for a long time, like cracking one with the boys and jamming, and like that's the fun part, and you guys have a shit ton of fun. Like if you do the same thing with non-alcoholic beer, it's just like you're going through those motions, and
Yeah.
probably
And
just kind of like what is it, Pavlovian, just tricks your mind into kind of just letting loose and having fun and all that.
yeah, and see, even when homie I'd play music with was not drinking alcohol, he'd have non-alcoholics with me. Sometimes he'd come over and drink and I wouldn't. And then later he's like, you know what? I think I should stop drinking because I get a little overboard and emotional sometimes.
Yeah.
And so then we would do the non-alcoholic thing. And then eventually I was just like, whatever, you know? Somebody sent me a picture the other day of non-alcoholic whiskey they got for Christmas or something.
I mean, I guess I get it because I'm sure there's people out there that are like, what the fuck, non-alcoholic beer? Like, what's the point? I mean, but at the point of beer is to like enjoy the drinking of it, like nobody really, I guess you can sit around and enjoy like a cup of whiskey or something, I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
only time I ever thought of that was like, I really liked whiskey when I'd sit and play like blues guitar. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and like play some guitar.
Right.
And it would put me in this weird sort of, well, it put me in that crossroads state of mind where it's like, I'm kind of depressed, kind of bluesy, kind of dark, kind of
Yeah.
thinking about Jesus and the devil.
Right.
And just stuff like that where you're like, I don't know, there's a battle going on within me, but this whiskey's helping drown my soul or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm sad and I think this is
But
gonna
I'm
make me
sad.
happy.
That's a vibe for sure.
So yeah, dude. And it's like, it's not like a lot of blues music, and I love the blues, but it's not like people are writing blues music like, I had a really good day today. It's usually like, she's loving another man.
Right.
It's always about that. Like,
I mean, it could be though. What about like Sharp Dressed Man type stuff? There's all sorts of like,
yeah, but it's
I know what
kind of,
you're
that's a
saying
little
though.
more rocking though
Right.
than
Oh,
just
okay.
like the old slow blues of like,
Yeah.
oh, she broke my heart and I loved her so good.
Yep.
Yeah,
I seen Crossroads. I know what you're talking about.
dude, I mean, and so I've been just thinking, it's like country music, like
Hmm.
how certain genres always kind of fall into this similar songwriting cliches.
Yeah, like that Bo Burnham sketch about the country music. I was at work and it was just on the radio. I can't remember what song it was, but it was literally just like that. Like it was like he heard the Bo Burnham bit and he's like, okay, I'll just write a song like that. And like,
Oh,
because it was literally like big truck, dirt road, like those it was
oh,
like
right.
styled. That's how it was written. Yeah.
I'll write that stuff down sometimes,
I mean,
just when it's like,
you can't hate. See, that's one thing that I don't like about some of like a lot of the internet culture type stuff is just because you can like name something doesn't mean like it sucks, just because you can identify something, like identify that they're doing this trend in music or identify this or that doesn't mean it sucks, or like if you can put a name on something, like, oh, this is just that, or he's just doing this. It's like,
Well,
okay.
there's always got to be the opinionated people that want to express themselves, and I've been
And
that
I
guy
hate
too.
them. No.
I hate myself sometimes. Not nowadays. I really have a lot more self-love,
Hell yeah.
but there's still that artistic thing that's like you question yourself.
Yeah.
Where like, what do I want to do? And then when you sit down to like create something, and some people be like the Matthew McConaughey whiskey commercial. So he's like, when we went in the studio to make a hit, we didn't think about making a hit. We just played or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, yeah. That's what it's all about. But sometimes people sit down, they're like, I kind of want to harness in what I'm trying to create here.
I mean, I think you can do both. Like maybe not at the same time. Like you can do both though, like you can have sessions where it's like, all right, let's really like think about this and try to do something like use our brains, and try to put something together in a smart way. I think that's like always a good starting point because we're talking about like simple music. I think we were talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And just going back to what because like when I open Fruity Loops, I'm always like trying to like push kind of and do something different. But if you're like, I know I can do this, like I've done this before pretty well, like I know I can do that well, and then like you do what you can do, and then like you experiment and try other things and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Well, and that's what I was doing last night because like my splice thing renewed.
right.
So I was like, well, what am I going to go through here and find? And, I've done a lot of experimenting making music, but I think I've kind of come around to a lot of the main things I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And even when it comes down to focusing on a project where it's like, yo, I like to, work with a certain drum style, a certain music genres,
Yeah.
and, also, I hate to say it, but even like pertaining to where I live, like when I'm like, well, I'm from Montana, so I like to put that into some of my music where I would say some of the country and folk kind of aspects
Mm-hmm.
might play into my music.
Right.
Not to say that I'm going full blown, Tim McGraw,
Mm-hmm. No.
but
What the heck? Is it kicking us out?
we only got 10 minutes, bro.
Dang.
But that's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
we could probably chop it into sections anyways and like talk about something else in another one.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
you want to do another one after this.
I'm down. How long does it give you? 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, whatever you're cool with.
Yeah, that's cool.
You're the host.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That's what I've been still working on some of these other projects. I've been like recording a bunch of music stuff about work and construction,
Mm-hmm.
stuff about kind of struggling with addiction and recovery,
Yep.
and kind of that mainly that I'm
Yeah.
trying to harness into a good project.
Mm-hmm.
But just not
That's
trying to
awesome.
rush things.
For sure. I mean,
And
I'd be down to hear some shit.
well, I've been meaning to send you some more stuff anyways. Today I was gonna actually sit down and record some stuff to send for our other Tides of Maya
Mm-hmm.
project.
Yeah, dude.
and just filter through a lot of the stuff I have.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was thinking of even talking to you about this other project, the work and recovery.
Yeah.
And because I was like, I don't know, I might try to get some more people involved.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to have another like a drummer
For
that's
sure.
super dope
Yep.
to come record some.
My cousin Chase is a pretty good drummer.
But you guys don't have drum mics, do you?
No, and
And I'd like to be able to jam so we can get a little more of that energy
yeah.
flowing in the room. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We used to rock out together.
I know, man. I was just thinking earlier, I'm like, man, it sucks that we live in different towns.
Yeah, it does. Uh, well, you never know what could happen one day.
I mean,
But
I'm not like bound to any place really. Um, I'm just kind of holding out here in Kalispell till I'm
yeah,
really ready to move.
true that. I mean, I will probably be in this area
Mm-hmm.
just because my wife's family's here, my
Yeah.
sister's here. I'm getting pretty established in the construction world, and I want to get back into the um music realm, but I'm like, man, I gotta do it like right.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking that today. I was cleaning up my cords,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking about this PA system. I'm like, man, I just want to use this live, you know?
Yep.
And but then I'm like, well, I don't want to move it from here to somewhere else. Like I would like to get a facility
Fuck yeah,
where I'm
dude.
like, yeah, I just go set it up there and we get our own little venue where we
Mm-hmm.
put on our own shows. And I'm like, even if I was transporting it, I want to have a better truck and a trailer.
Yep.
So
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. There's like, I mean, Kalispell isn't a very big place, and most people really party and hang out and stuff in like Columbia Falls and Whitefish and stuff.
mhm.
But I don't know, it doesn't really seem like there's like a real big music scene here.
Yeah, I
Maybe I just
don't
don't know.
I don't know about the music scene here too much, and that's what I've been thinking about as well. Demographic.
Yeah.
Like I was just thinking about that today. I'm like, well, and I've thought about it a lot. Like, what's my demographic? Who do I really want to connect with? And then I'm like, well, I think it's gonna be easiest to connect with people around my age.
Yep.
And because I feel like people my age ish, 30s, early 30s, late 20s, early 30s,
Mm-hmm.
probably have a pretty wide variety of music taste.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of the people in this area too, that they have they're like, yeah, I like rap and hip hop, but I also like country and I like some rock.
I mean, I think that's everybody like from around our age down. Even I mean, probably just like what uh MTV generation, what was that, like Gen X?
Uh,
I mean, yeah, dude. I think, yeah, because I can't remember what I was seeing, but it was saying how like genres are just kind of becoming meaningless because that's not really how people listen to music anymore. They just like they'll come upon all sorts of different songs. Just it's playlists. People just put together playlists and stuff.
true that. And that's an interesting thing about internet and being found on the internet and connecting with people on the internet, but then connecting live. And that's what I miss doing. I've been playing with the band at Set Free,
Yep.
which is cool, praise and worship music, but it's different than like, you know, performing some of your own music and promoting your brand or
For sure.
your music, your brand. I think most of the time, whatever your music is identified under, it's pretty much a brand.
Yeah.
Like Lil Peep is an artist, but Lil Peep is like a brand, kind of.
Yeah. I mean,
Nirvana, the Nirvana hoodie.
yeah. Yeah, dude. I've been messing around with a lot of like dance music type stuff lately. A lot of just straight up electronic music.
Nice.
I love it, dude. It's so fun.
Well, the cool thing about dance music too is like I feel like you could almost take a lot of genres and make them dancey just with that straight beat. Because then it's like, oh, you could put a country lick or a blues lick or a reggae on it, and it's like you could
Yeah.
turn any genre into a dance song.
Yep,
And
for sure.
even transposing, like you say, the electronic stuff, like synthesizers and stuff like that.
Yep.
You transpose like Iron Man by Black Sabbath to like
Dude, I just watched a video earlier of David Guetta,
Uh-huh.
and he was like recreating that Titanium song with
Oh yeah.
Sia. Because he did the original, but he's recreating it in he's calling it Future Rave, which I thought was dope. I'm like, I really do hear a lot of uh like just straight up like dance music coming like on that. Have you heard that Oliver Tree song? I can't remember what it's called, but it's just like a straight up like EDM pump and dance song.
A new one?
Yeah, dude, it's dope. I like it. I mean,
Maybe. I was just listening to him on T-Pain's podcast.
oh, really?
I love Oliver Tree. He's funny.
Yeah. Oh, we got less than 1 minute.
Less than 1 minute. All right. Well, it was good talking about some of our styles of music production. But I got something I want to talk to you when we come back. So
When, yeah, it could be 59 seconds or
it's probably about
less than,
30. Yeah, so
yeah.
all you listeners out there, click on the next part of this episode because it's gonna get totally rad.
Yep. We're just ramping up.
Just ramping up. I'm getting fired up.
I'm getting bricked up, man.
Oh, dude, I'm